A statement from Statehouse at 4:30 this afternoon made the announcement of Lillian Omollo and Richard Dubai's temporary exit from the ministry, citing an offer from them to step aside for 3 months to allow for investigations. President Uhuru Kenyatta citing the two as directly responsible for the functions of the NYS in the period being investigated. That period being the financial years 2016-2017 and 2017-2018, when payments worth 8.8 billion shillings were made through 13 controversial payment vouchers. Lillian Omollo became PS for the department in November 2015, while Richard Dubai took over as NYS Director General in January 2016 after the controversial exit of then Devolution CS Uhuru and NYS Director General Nelson Githinji. While Statehouse claims the two offered to step aside, reliable sources show that Omollo and Dubai learnt of the forced leave on social media, and the decision was made ahead of KEPSA roundtable at Statehouse. The last known official communication by PS Omollo on the new NYS camp was her letter to the Cabinet Secretary Margaret Kobia a week ago on the 12th of May. In that letter, Omollo sought to downplay the alleged fraud of 8.8 billion shillings, saying that the affected suspicious vouchers only amounted to 121 million shillings and nowhere near the figure of 8 billion being investigated. She told CS Kobia that Dubai and herself had already recorded statements with the Directorate of Criminal Investigations in a move seen as her defense. But her woes can be traced to a letter her boss Professor Kobia wrote the President on the 10th of April. In it, Kobia complained of how operations at the department and the NYS had been grounded as a result of the ongoing investigations, telling Kenyatta that major operational duties could not be performed as senior officials were busy supplying crucial information to investigators. In the letter, Kobia asked the President to define a strategy on how the ministry was going to execute its mandate given the circumstances.
We will receive questions.
And this evening, a statement from Statehouse appears to pave way for picking of new officials to perform the crucial duties, even if temporarily. The President also calling on, quote, any public official directly implicated in the investigations to uphold the code of integrity and ethics to which they are committed and to act accordingly, end of quote. A multi-agency team has been probing several companies claimed to have benefited from the alleged fraud, some accused of receiving payment without providing cited supplies, others forging contracts to secure orders and payments, while in some, individuals are accused of using different company names to bid for tenders and secure payments. Sam Gitoko Citizen, Weekend.